Welcome back, everyone. It's good to see all of you. Thank you for joining me here yet again. This is at Hearth's Edge. I am Nina Diederich, the Magic Mom, and we are going to do a little bit of a pick a card, but not quite a pick a card. We're going to actually, you could pick a abundance section, so to speak, yes, you could say. We are going to, you can either choose from our Soul Truth deck, from the Money and Law of Attraction deck, or the Affirmators Love deck. So when you're talking about abundance, that can mean a lot of different things to many different people. So for some of us, it is a more spiritual aspect where we're trying to embody more self-love, maybe. For some of us, it is about our finances and how we interact with money. And for some of us, it's about our love relationships, right? It could also be a combination of any of those things. So pick and choose where you will. The message is for those who are drawn here, and it may be one or maybe all of them. All right. We are going to start with our life section or our soul truth. Okay. We're going to get one card out of here. It's going to give us a question, and then also it is going to give us an action to take, so to speak. All right. Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic Wednesday. Let me know if the notifications are coming through too as well. I've noticed that there's a lot of things that are not really popping out. You just change the setting really quick. All right, there we go. All right, so if you chose the life section or our first cards, what else could this mean? All right. So as you're going through these things that may or may not be an obstacle, maybe you're acknowledging the things that you needed to cut out with those scissors, or maybe you're just now realizing what that might have been. It could possibly be that you did this a long time ago and you're pretty far along in this process, and maybe you are already moving on to the what's next part. The card, however, says that there are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and our limiting beliefs. So I want you to look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Also, ask yourself if maybe this would be a good time to use those scissors that life handed you. All right? Your soul action, however, says, is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is maybe ready to be broken? I want you to walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, however, I want you to ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Right? In that acknowledgement of how things are appearing to self, you then choose your creation by your reaction and step into that next phase, right? So be really careful about choosing what something means if you're not quite sure yet, okay? That's a good message. Okay. Now, we are going to move on to our second pile, which is those of you who are interested in the abundance section money, you have financial questions, or you're looking for affirmations of that bent, we are going to use the Money and Law of Attraction cards. These are by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So we're going to get a little message from Abraham. I will try to go back and timestamp this later and cut it into sections for those of you who are just wanting to get a specific message. If you are tuning in for all of them, however, I do thank you. All right. Those of you who are wondering how you can use those scissors in your financial... Oh, boy, that was a jumper. You get the 28. All right. So, are you developing the skill to direct your thoughts? Remember that the most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts toward what you want. To be adept at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you most want and then giving your undivided attention to that. There's a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with results that mere action can provide, right? So, in short form, what you focus on grows, right? We all know that. So, we have been using the skill to direct our creation by using our reaction. So, where are your thoughts being directed, right? And are you maybe getting ready to step into that reverse manifestation where you just acknowledge the fact that, well, everything's always working out for you already, so why worry about where it's coming from to begin with, right? Ooh, it's a big step, I know, but you can do it. That's a good one about money. I'm also seeing right now the 39 card, so this is our 11, and this is about a belief that, or I should say, a belief is nothing but a pattern of thoughts, right? So by acknowledging that the law of attraction is responding to your vibration or your expectations, depending on whatever word you want to use, you acknowledge the fact that in that way you're directing those thoughts. So if you're constantly focusing on those things that you do not have, right, that is a focus on the lack instead of focusing on the gratitude and acknowledgement of those things that you already do have. Because if you focus on the things that you're grateful for, life will bring you more things to be grateful for. So maybe what you need to cut out is that feeling of there not being enough and there somehow being some giant competition. And I just saw 4 2s, so there is a little bit of a code as well. So we get a 10 and an 11. So we do have a little bit of a step up for those of you who chose the finances as well. So congratulations if you are getting ready to step into that. I can't wait to hear how it happens for you. Make sure you let me know either in the chat or in the comments later on. All right, my friends. We're going to step into the love and relationships section. We're going to use one of my favorites. These are the Affirmators affirmation cards. They are to help you help yourself without self-helpiness, right? I have found that humor is probably one of the best tools that we're given in our tool basket to weather everything, all right? And we're going to use a little bit of that today. Hey, Tay. It's good to see you. All right, so those of you who are here about your relationships, let's get your card really quick. So you can also put these towards anything, right? All 3 of the cards. Remember that how you feel about your relationships also is how you're responding. Ask yourself, what else could these things mean as they're happening, right? And the story you tell yourself is going to be that basis of your life. So remember, that is how you're creating. You're developing that skill to direct your thoughts where you want to go, right? Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, and we get no scorekeeping. Oh, good one. All right. So we're going to cut ties with past conflicts and make our personal life a clean and shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in our head, we're going to introduce it to our new head tenants, tolerance and equanimity. And then we're going to give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave, right? Because we're not keeping score anymore in our relationships. This is one of the biggest hurdles in everything. Removing the self from the equation and stopping the competition, right? It isn't about who loves who more. It's about, well, who needs love the most in that moment. And when you start putting the other before yourself, everything changes. Because it's not about what you're getting in a relationship. It's about how you're showing up and giving. So how are you showing up and giving in your relationships? I'm going to get the bottom of the deck too in this. And we have vulnerability. Because we are going to allow ourselves to talk about our feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When we express our feelings, a couple of funny things are going to happen. We're going to feel like a kindergartner. And, well, everything's going to get lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. Because, well, hey, no wonder kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free, right? Because if you can't be honest with your partner, chances are you're probably not being honest with yourself either. And, boy, no scorekeeping and vulnerability are a couple of real hard lessons in our relationships. But they're good ones. And I have complete faith in you. All right. Remember, ask yourself as you're standing there with those scissors, what else could this mean? Are you keeping score? Are you being vulnerable and authentic in everything that you do? And is this maybe just a response to some shitty thoughts you had yesterday? Or are you directing them in the direction that you want to go? Because you know everything's always working out for you. All your wants and needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectation. Always, in all ways. Because you are safe, loved, protected, prosperous beyond measure. And I fucking love you. And you should too. And if you didn't, start right now. It's never too late. Also, if you've stuck around this far, stay tuned because we're going to do a little self-love 7-week session personally with me. If you're interested, just watch out for that. Hey, Genevieve, it's good to see you as well. Anyways, my friends, it's been a joy as always sharing this space with you. I hope each and every one of you have a fantastic Wednesday. Remember, all of our readings are absolutely timeless. You can go back and watch any of them at any point in time. If you'd like to see our own personal journey, it's kind of fun to go back to the very beginning and compare notes. Anyways, be good. Be good at it. No, favor follows you wherever you go, as does our love. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Subscribe, too, so you know when I'm live, because it's never the same freaking time. Sorry. Life is life around here on the Homestead. Thanks for joining us for another OffGrid Oracle.